Chapter 633, Heavenly Sword Villa was robbed, 1, B0XN0 Veal. CM Heaven of Martial Arts, Heavenly Sword Villa. The men heaved a sigh of relief when they saw Xiao Changtian and the others enter the formation. Fortunately, they did not leave behind any regrets and completed their mission. At this time Xiao Changtian also said to them, "Gentlemen, can I speak now? Actually, we don't have any disciples from the Heavenly Sword Villa. Did you guys make a mistake?" Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, the men were stunned. "What is it? Aren't you disciples of the Heavenly Sword Manor?" Xiao Changtian nodded at them. What was going on with these people? Why did they casually make connections? He was just a mortal. Could it be that he was involved in some karma? However, before Xiao Changtian could ask further, the silver light had already covered them. Xiao Changtian and the others also arrived at the town. At the same time, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master arrived at the Heavenly Sword Manor. 3. When the disciples of the Heavenly Sword Manor saw the arrival of the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord, they were all slightly puzzled. What was going on? Isn't the Manor Lord in the main hall? However, he did not understand what was going on. They saw the Heavenly Sword Manor Master rushing into the main hall. Damn it! A furious voice slowly sounded in the entire Heavenly Sword Villa. The disciples of the Heavenly Sword Manor standing outside the main hall hurriedly left. He was afraid that he would be the first one to suffer once the Heavenly Sword Manor Master came out. All disciples and elders of the Heavenly Sword Villa, listen up. The voice of the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord echoed in the manor again. Those disciples did not dare to ask anything and immediately flew out with a whoosh. I don't need to know why, just do it. At the same time in the town, Xiao Changtian saw that he had been transferred out of nowhere and said to the Great Sun Immortal beside him, "Perfected De Yang, there's no karma left on us, right?" When the Great Sun Immortal heard Xiao Changshan's words, he shook his head at him. Xiao Changtian heaved a sigh of relief after getting confirmation from the Great Sun Immortal. Then he looked at the interspatial ring that the man in the middle handed to him. This should be the opportunity he had obtained. With this thought in mind, Xiao Changtian slowly opened his interspatial ring and looked inside. Wow! He had made a killing this time. In the space, there were piles of cultivation techniques and spirit skills. These things were definitely the most he had seen since he came to the cultivation world. Thinking of this, Xiao Changtian said to the system in his heart, "System, will these things be qualified to be placed in the sutra depository?" The system received Xiao Changshan's voice transmission and responded to him. "You will only know this after you return to the island and place it in the sutra depository." The system gave him another answer that was equivalent to no answer. At this time Xiao Changtian didn't continue to struggle. On the other hand, Li Xiaotao also said to Xiao Changtian, "Senior, there are other members of our clan in other places. Thank you for helping us out, Senior." Hearing Li Xiaotao's words, Xiao Changtian nodded at her. "Okay, Miss Li, be careful." Li Xiaotao nodded at Xiao Changtian. Then he brought his parents and left Xiao Changshan's place. It wasn't that he didn't want to be with Xiao Changtian. However, after saving their parents, they still had to meet up with their own clansmen. After Li Xiaotao left, Xiao Changtian said to the Great Sun Immortal and the others, "Taoist Big Sun, let's go back too." When the Great Sun Immortal heard Xiao Changshan's words, he nodded at him. They had been out for some time now. Since he had picked up so many spirit skills and cultivation methods for free, he naturally had to go back and test them. This heaven of martial arts was so unfriendly to mortals. It was better for him not to stay any longer. Soon Xiao Changtian left the town with Taoist Big Sun and the others. After Xiao Changtian and the others left the town, they saw many cultivators escaping from the city gate. Seeing so many people leave the city, Xiao Changtian was also surprised. He stopped a passerby and said slowly, "Little brother, what happened? Why is everyone walking outside?" When the cultivator heard Xiao Changshan's words, he said slowly, "Don't you know? It's all over the city now. The Heavenly Sword Villa was robbed and is currently being searched all over the city. This city will be sealed off soon. People with low cultivation like us might become their punching bags." After he spoke to Xiao Changtian slowly, the cultivator quickly left the town. Xiao Changtian nodded in agreement. The name of the Heavenly Sword Villa sounded familiar. It was not the force that the man in the secret room had mentioned just now. They did not know who would actually rob them. No wonder that person wanted to give it to him. He could understand that he couldn't put all his eggs in one basket. With this thought in mind, Xiao Changtian also brought the Great Sun Immortal and the others out. If he was captured and interrogated by them, wouldn't it be another big problem? When Xiao Changtian and the others left the town, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master slowly appeared in the air. Looking at the crowd leaving the city gate, Heavenly Sword Manor Master also flew over. Outside the town, Heavenly Sword Manor Master swept his gaze across the crowd. He pulled out a long sword from his back and swung it down. Whoosh! The sword light streaked across the sky and instantly killed a few cultivators. I feel that the person who stole my Heavenly Sword Villa's cultivation method is among you. When the cultivators below heard Heavenly Sword Manor Master's words, they also wailed. 3. The timing of their selection was too bad. Coincidentally, Tianjian Manor Master came out to inspect. Sweeping his gaze across the crowd, Heavenly Sword Manor Master also grabbed the collar of a man. Do you know something with that look in your eyes? Otherwise, why would you escape? Hearing the words of the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord, the man revealed a terrified expression and slowly said, Lord Tianjian, I don't know. Before this cultivator could finish speaking, he was killed by Heavenly Sword Manor Master. Next, after killing a few of them, the Heavenly Sword Mountain Villa came before a man. What about you? The man looked at Heavenly Sword Manor Master and said slowly, I think I remembered something. There was a person who walked out of the city without any aura. Chapter 634. If you have the ability, stand up and fight B0xN0VL. CM1, Marshal Dao Day Town Gate. When the Heavenly Sword Manor Master heard this cultivator's words, he slowly said to him, What did you just say? Lord Tianjian, I think I know something. I didn't really care about a mortal being here before. But now that I think about it, it's still a little strange. Why would a mortal appear in our heaven of martial arts? The Heavenly Sword Manor Master nodded at the cultivator. Then do you know where he went? Hearing the words of the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord, this cultivator seemed to have grasped the hope of survival. Manor Lord, I remember that way. At this moment, the cultivator pointed at a direction in the distance. The Heavenly Sword Manor Master looked at the direction the cultivator was pointing at and his expression darkened. All right, you can die now. The sword in his hand pierced through the cultivator's abdomen. Then his figure flashed and he walked towards the direction where Xiao Changtian had left. These few days, his Heavenly Sword Villa could be said to have been plagued with bad news. He thought that he could form an alliance with Bao Dantian, but he did not expect Li Xiaotao to be so difficult to deal with. Not only did he fail, but the ancestors in his villa were also awakened by something. In the end, he even took away all the treasures of his villa for so many years. At this moment, Heavenly Sword Manor Master felt that the heavens had played a huge joke on him. Originally, the Heavenly Sword Villa had a bright future ahead of them, but now, it seemed like they could not see the future. Li Xiaotao did not deal with it. There was no news of those swordsmen who had been destroyed in the lower realm. His ancestors were gone. Heavenly Sword Manor Master only had endless killing intent in his heart. In the forest, just like when they arrived, Hellfire drove the carriage and brought Xiao Changtian to the direction of the Divine Realm. At this moment, in the sky above them, the owner of the Heavenly Sword Villa slowly appeared and saw Xiao Changshan's carriage. The Heavenly Sword Manor Master also wielded his sword and swung it in the direction of the carriage. Whoosh! The sword light flew out from Heavenly Sword Manor Master's sword, bringing with it a sharp sword aura. At this moment, Hellfire, who was driving the carriage, also sensed something. He looked up into the sky and a ball of flames appeared in his hand. It turned into a flaming blade and collided with Heavenly Sword Manor Master's sword light. Bang! The saber and sword energies collided, creating a wave of air in the air. When Heavenly Sword Manor Master saw that his attack was blocked, his eyes narrowed. The attack just now should have been able to break the carriage. He did not expect it to be blocked. Then, the Heavenly Sword Villa Master flew down and slowly landed in front of the carriage. Whoosh! The Heavenly Sword Manor Master landed in front of the carriage and once again swung his sword at the carriage. Seeing Heavenly Sword Manor Master attacking again, the Hellfire didn't want to be outdone. The two balls of flames in his hands turned into two fire lotuses and collided with the sword light again. Bang! The shockwave from the collision of the two attacks also caused Hellfire to stop the carriage. Xiao Changtian, who was resting in the carriage, was also awakened. What's wrong? Xiao Changtian said slowly as he felt the carriage shaking. Seeing Xiao Changtian wake up, the immortal De Yang and Di Wuzheng smiled at him. Only a senior would not care about such a strong enemy. At this moment, Xiao Changtian slowly pulled open the curtain of the carriage. Seeing the Heavenly Sword Manor Master outside, Xiao Changtian also hurried down. Hellfire, what's going on? Why is this person holding a sword? Is he a bandit? The Heavenly Sword Manor Master looked at Xiao Changtian, who was getting off the carriage, and said slowly, Hand over everything you have. Hearing the words of the Heavenly Sword Manor Master, Xiao Changtian confirmed his own thoughts. It seemed that this person was a mountain bandit. He was lucky that he didn't encounter them when he came, but what should come would come. At this moment, Di Wu Zheng and the great Sun Immortal came down from the carriage. "Senior, what should we do?" At this moment, the great Sun Immortal also placed the Nanming Ignis painting in his hand. As long as Xiao Changtian gave the order, he and Di Wu Zheng would definitely be able to beat the Heavenly Sword Manor Master to the ground. Xiao Changtian waved his hand at the great Sun Immortal after hearing his words. "There's no hurry. Let's go and investigate his strength first. Di Wu Zheng, go take a look. Perfected De Yang, he'll have to trouble you to coordinate from the side." At this moment, Xiao Changtian also ordered Daoist Big Sun and Di Wu Zheng. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Di Wu Zheng and the great Sun Immortal nodded. Then both of them nodded at Xiao Changtian. Looking at the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord, Di Wu Zheng quickly came to his side and smiled at him. Seeing Di Wu Zheng's smile, Heavenly Sword Manor Master also said to him, "A mere brat dares to be so impudent." As soon as he finished speaking, Heavenly Sword Manor Master waved the sword in his hand. He swung his sword at Di Wu Zheng. However, Di Wu Zheng's figure flashed and he dodged the long sword in Heavenly Sword Manor Master's hand. Then he slowly muttered, "Bare-handed." As Di Wu Zheng finished speaking, Heavenly Sword Manor Master felt a strange power descend on his body. Bang! The Heavenly Sword Manor Master knelt on one knee while his other hand struggled. He saw Di Wu smiling at him. Then, as expected, he knelt down in front of Di Wu Zheng. His two hands caught the long sword in Di Wu Zheng's hands. At this moment, Di Wu Zheng said to Xiao Changtian, "Master, how should we deal with this person? This person couldn't do anything but he had to provoke his master. Wasn't this looking for trouble?" Xiao Changtian saw that Di Wu Zheng had knocked him to the ground in 2 or 3 moves, so he slowly walked over. At first he thought that they were cultivators and bandits. He didn't expect that he would be a mortal just like him. Moreover, he didn't have any strength at all and he wanted to learn to be a mountain bandit. Of course, it was also because Di Wu Zheng was always pestering him to teach him martial arts. When he saw Xiao Changtian, the Heavenly Sword Clan Lord also said to him, "Bastard, if you have the ability, fight me fair and square. Playing some tricks is nothing." Xiao Changtian frowned when he heard the words of the Heavenly Sword Manor Master. Didn't Di Wu Zheng fight you fair and square the entire time? Why did he say that she was using tricks? Thinking of this, Xiao Changtian slowly said to the Heavenly Sword Manor Master, "Then if you have the ability, stand up and fight." When the Heavenly Sword Manor Master heard Xiao Changshan's words, he also wanted to get up, but he found that he couldn't. Di Wu Zheng said slowly when he saw how the Heavenly Sword Manor Master was struggling. Trash. Chapter 635. These cultivation methods and spirit skills B0xN0VL. CM are too low. Level 1, on Martial Dao Day in a small forest outside the town. When the Heavenly Sword Manor Master heard Di Wu Zheng's words, his eyes widened and he glared at him. Xiao Changtian, who was standing at the side, saw that the Heavenly Sword Manor Master was not convinced. This mountain bandit was really strange. Suan was the kind of person who cared about her face and not her life. He had already knelt down and surrendered, but he still looked unconvinced. As he thought about this, Xiao Changtian slowly said to Di Wu Zheng, "Di Wu Zheng, let me teach him a good lesson." Since he wanted to rob him, he would give him a good lesson. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Di Wu Zheng made a gesture with his right index finger at his waist. Then he felt the mysterious power that was pressing down on him disappear. As his body regained its freedom, the master of the Heavenly Sword sect burst into laughter. "All of you die." The Heavenly Sword Manor Master picked up his long sword from the ground and attacked Xiao Changtian. Ha! Clack! Clack! At this moment, the sound of a chicken crowing rang out in the ears of Heavenly Sword Manor Master. Hearing the crow of the chicken, Heavenly Sword Manor Master threw down the sword in his hand. His hands searched around his body. "It's so hot, so hot." Xiao Changtian was already prepared. Seeing the Heavenly Sword Manor Master rolling on the ground, Xiao Changtian slowly walked to his side. "Hey, what's going on with you? Are you still going to fight?" At this moment, the inner yuan of Heavenly Sword Manor Master was burning furiously. Looking at Xiao Changtian in front of him, fear began to appear in his eyes. Ha! Clack! Clack! The chicken crowed again. At this time, the old hen also came to Xiao Changshan's side. Hearing the crowing of the chicken, Heavenly Sword Manor Master also looked at Xiao Changshan's feet. In his field of vision, a phoenix with an endless fire domain was flapping its exquisite wings. The flame on the phoenix's crown was the source of the true essence burning in his body. Phoenix. After saying this in his heart, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master immediately knelt down in front of Xiao Changtian. Senior, I was blind just now. I didn't know you were going to pass by here. You're a great man who doesn't care about petty people. Let me go. I'll kowtow to you here. As soon as he finished speaking, Heavenly Sword Manor Master didn't wait for Xiao Changshan's response. Under the astonished gazes of Taoist Big Sun and the others, he kowtowed several times to Xiao Changtian. Xiao Changtian was also stunned by Heavenly Sword Manor Master's actions. Wasn't this guy quite arrogant just now? Why was he so cowardly all of a sudden? With this thought in mind, Xiao Changtian slowly said to the Heavenly Sword Manor Master who was kneeling in front of him, "What do you mean? Aren't you going to rob us? Didn't you ask us to hand over the thing?" Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Heavenly Sword Manor Master was also trembling. How would I dare to rob Senior? That was all a misunderstanding, a misunderstanding. I'm here to deliver something to Senior. Senior, look. As he spoke, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master pulled out the interspatial ring on his left index finger and handed it to Xiao Changtian. Sending something? Xiao Changtian took the ring and looked through it. This mountain bandit must have robbed quite a number of people. Bang. At this moment, Xiao Changtian also threw the ring in front of Heavenly Sword Manor Master. Gift? Do you think I will believe you? Let me tell you, I'm going to get ND of this evil for the people today. While speaking, Xiao Changtian also threw a punch at Heavenly Sword Manor Master. This guy was obviously not a good person. Such a simple trick was still fooling him. Did he really think he was stupid? Bang. Xiao Changshan's fist brought along an invincible wind as it landed heavily on the face of Heavenly Sword Manor Master. The Heavenly Sword Manor Master's figure was like a kite with a broken string, flying to the side with a swoosh. If he didn't teach this guy a lesson, he would probably continue to do it in the future. Then Xiao Changtian slowly said to the Great Sun Immortal, "Taoist Big Sun, let's go back." Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, everyone returned to their original positions. On the ground, there was still the Heavenly Sword Manor Master with a nosebleed. Soon Xiao Changtian brought the Great Sun Immortal and the others back to the Divine World. Back on the island, Xiao Changtian chatted with the others. He walked towards an empty space on the island. "Master, you're back. Did you gain anything from this trip?" At this moment, Yi Fan, who was chopping wood, saw Xiao Changtian and said slowly to him, "We'll only know after we try." Seeing Yi Fan, Xiao Changtian responded slowly. "Yi Fan, move these firewood away. In the future, don't use this place to chop firewood." Hearing Xiao Changtian's words, Yi Fan also nodded at him. "Master, what do you want this empty space for?" "Naturally, it's to establish the scripture depository. Such a huge divine court, how can it not have a scripture depository?" At this moment, Xiao Changtian also said to Yi Fan with a smile, "Scripture's depository?" When Yi Fan heard Xiao Changshan's words, his heart was also a little shocked. The establishment of a scripture depository required the hard work of several generations of a family. His master actually wanted to build a scripture pavilion himself. At this time, Yi Fan also stopped what he was doing and looked at Xiao Changtian seriously. Seeing Yi Fan's worshipful gaze, Xiao Changtian also smiled at him. As a human teacher, he also felt that he was delaying these disciples. He hoped that after this sutra library was established, it would be able to help them a little. As he thought about this, Xiao Changtian slowly said to the system in his mind, "System, establish the sutra library." Xiao Changtian pointed at the empty space in front of him. At this moment, a pavilion slowly appeared on the empty ground. When Xiao Changtian saw Xiao Changtian create a pavilion out of thin air, Yi Fan was also shocked in his heart. Master's method was truly divine. At this moment, Xiao Changtian was also slowly walking into the sutra depository. Xiao Changtian entered the scripture depository and took out the cultivation methods and spirit skills he had obtained from the Heavenly Sword Villa. He slowly placed them on the bookshelf of the sutra depository. After walking around the sutra depository, Xiao Changtian looked at the bookshelves in front of him. This sutra depository was simply a library that he had built himself. This lousy system didn't give any warnings. It seemed that there shouldn't be any problems. As he thought about this, Xiao Changtian saw the bookshelf in front of him tremble. Then all the spirit skills and cultivation methods that had been placed on the bookshelf flew out. Ding dong. After the inspection of the scripture depository, these cultivation techniques and spirit skills are too low level. They do not meet the requirements. Chapter 636. Actually, you can write some cultivation B0xN0VL. CM techniques and spirit skills. 1. Divine Realm, 100,000 mountains on the island. Xiao Changtian stood in the sutra library. Hearing the system's voice in his mind, Xiao Changshan's face darkened. This system was deliberately messing with him, right? I've worked so hard for so long and finally put these books on the table. And then you throw them all down and tell me that these things can't work? At this moment, Xiao Changtian couldn't help but curse. Damn system, damn system. However, the system did not respond to Xiao Changshan's curses. Seeing the system playing dead, Xiao Changtian continued to say in his heart, "Damn system, are you pretending to be dead again? Let me tell you I quit." Xiao Changtian sat on the ground and waited for the system's reply. At this moment, the system's voice slowly sounded in Xiao Changshan's mind. "Host, you can actually write some cultivation methods and spirit skills. Write it yourself?" Hearing the system's reply, Xiao Changtian was stunned. "You want me to write it myself? I'm just a mortal." He didn't even have true essence, so how would he know what cultivation methods and spirit skills were? Isn't this making things difficult for me? What kind of lousy ideas did this system give? Other people's transmigration system would give them the maximum level at the beginning, but it was fine for him to be immortal. He had gotten used to it after so many years. However, it gave him hope for the path of invincibility, and also gave him these impossible missions. It was simply torturing him. Xiao Changtian said angrily, "System, if you don't know how to write anything, can you write 300 Tang poems?" Host, according to the system's judgment, there shouldn't be any problems. Hearing the system's reply, Xiao Changtian was still in a daze. He had thought that the system would reject him. He didn't expect her to say yes. "System, you said it yourself." With this thought in mind, Xiao Changtian also walked out of the sutra depository. As soon as he walked into the sutra depository, Xiao Changtian saw the Great Sun Immortal and Di Wu Jing outside. She looked at him expectantly. Was over? Xiao Changtian felt everyone's gaze and silently said in his heart. He had just used the system's function in front of Yi Fan. However, he was also clear that that thing was of little value. Taoist Big Sun and the others wouldn't think that he had started cultivating, right? With this thought in mind, Xiao Changtian also said to the Great Sun Immortal and the others, "Taoist Big Sun, why are you all here?" When the Great Sun Immortal heard Xiao Changshan's words, he smiled and said, "We heard that Senior was building a sutra library on this island, so we wanted to come and take a look." Yes, we're here to help." Behind Great Sun Immortal, Divine King Red Cloud and the others also echoed. They wouldn't say that they were greedy for the cultivation methods and spirit skills in the sutra depository. Actually, I can do it by myself. Go do whatever you need to do. Sensing their expectant gazes, Xiao Changtian spoke to them slowly. "Master, actually, I can go in and be an administrator." "Master, don't worry. With me around, none of your cultivation methods and spirit skills will be stolen." At this moment, Di Wu also jumped in front of Xiao Changtian and said slowly to him. Hearing Di Wu Jing's words, Xiao Changtian understood. These people really thought of themselves as immortal cultivators. However, he could not casually tell others about the system. Although everyone present was one of their own, it was inevitable that some people could not hide their words. If he revealed his biggest secret, those cultivators would know. What if he was captured and used as a lab rat? Thinking so, he said to Di Wu Zhang and the others, "We'll talk about the management of the scripture depository in the future. Wait for me to put some books inside in a few days. You can go in and take a look." Xiao Changtian didn't say what kind of cultivation method or spirit skill he could get. He was talking about books. When the immortal De Yang and the others saw the 300 Tang poems, they would be shocked. Naturally, he would know that he was not an immortal cultivator at all. After all, which cultivator would put children's books in the sutra depository? When Di Wu Zheng and the others heard Xiao Changtian's words, they were excited. According to their master's instructions, they could enter the sutra library in a few days. He recalled that he only knew how to take a blade with his bare hands. Di Wu was also suffering in his heart. Although the move his master had taught him was very awesome. Even the other senior brothers and sisters would be affected. However, it wasn't lethal enough. When the time came, he would definitely choose a more violent one. Just like Di Wu Zheng, everyone had different thoughts after hearing Xiao Changshan's words. When Xiao Changtian saw their expressions, he knew what they were thinking. At this moment, Xiao Changtian could only say to them, "Everyone, don't have such high expectations." After hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Taoist De Yang and the others nodded at him. Senior's meaning should be to tell us not to be too hasty. Why couldn't he wait for this little bit of time? He had followed Senior for so many years in vain. With this thought in mind, the Great Sun Immortal and the others slowly said to Xiao Changtian, "Senior, we understand." Then, the Great Sun Immortal said slowly to the people behind him, "Everyone is dismissed." Upon hearing Great Sun Immortal's words, Divine King Red Cloud and the others nodded. As the Great Sun Immortal and the others left, Xiao Changtian also returned to his room. He began to organize the knowledge in his mind. She picked up the white paper on her desk and began to write on it. As time passed, books began to pile up on Xiao Changshan's desk. Whoosh! Xiao Changtian slowly exhaled. Then he picked up the book on the desk and slowly walked towards the suture depository. He had to first see if the book met the system's standards. Otherwise, the system would tell him that he was unqualified again. Wouldn't he have worked for nothing again? Soon Xiao Changtian arrived at the scripture depository. Looking at the 300 Tang poems, the King of Voyages and other books in his hands, Xiao Changtian felt that it would be ridiculous if these books were qualified. With the thought of giving it a try, Xiao Changtian also placed the book in his hand on the shelf. This time Xiao Changtian also stopped in front of the bookshelf for a while. At the same time, the system's voice slowly sounded in his mind. Ding dong. Chapter 637. Someone died at the back of the mountain? _1B0XN0 Vel. CM Divine Realm 100,000 Mountains, Ding Dong. The host has completed the scripture depository mission and acquired December 3000 cultivation techniques and spirit skills. Host, please continue to work hard. Hearing the system's voice, Xiao Changtian was delighted. There was nothing much to say about the system. It could only be said that the system's thinking was really difficult for ordinary people to understand. The cultivation method and spirit skill he found in the cultivation world were not up to standard. He could write a children's song or something. If he knew it was so simple, he wouldn't have gone to the heaven of martial Dao. He even encountered a mountain bandit, although that mountain bandit was quite trash. Although he was thinking this, Xiao Changtian still quickly put the book he had written on the shelf. Soon the bookshelf was filled with Xiao Changtian. Seeing that the books on the shelf did not fall down, Xiao Changtian nodded in satisfaction. He looked at the data on the system panel in his mind that was getting closer and closer. Xiao Changtian also planned to return to his study room to write a few more books. He wanted to finish this annoying task given to him by the system as soon as possible. With this thought in mind, Xiao Changtian walked out of the suture depository. As soon as he walked out of the sutra library, Xiao Changtian saw the Great Sun Immortal and the others who were already waiting there. Senior, can we go in now? At this moment, Divine King Red Cloud also said to Xiao Changtian with a smile. Xiao Changtian pointed at the sutra depository behind him. Sure, as long as you want. With Xiao Changshan's approval, Divine King Red Cloud and the others hurried into the scripture depository. If they could learn a move or two from it, then their lives would not have been in vain. Xiao Changtian shook his head when he saw everyone fighting to be the first. Indeed, in the cultivation world, everyone had a heart of cultivation. However, I am just a mortal and can't help you. As he thought about this, Xiao Changtian felt his feet being touched. Little White. Xiao Changtian turned around and saw that the white tiger had appeared beside him. Is there anything? Xiao Changtian said to the white tiger when he saw it scratching his heel. After hearing Xiao Changshan's words, the white tiger followed him slowly to the back of the mountain. Xiaobai quickly took the initiative to look for him. Something must have happened. Soon, under the lead of the white tiger, Xiao Changtian arrived at the forest behind the mountain. At this moment, the black bear was leading its race to hunt in the forest. Sensing Xiao Changshan's arrival, they all stopped what they were doing. She stood obediently at the side like an obedient child. Xiao Changtian smiled at them when he saw them. After these bears came to his place, they seemed to have become a lot fatter. It seemed that they were living quite well here. Feeling Xiao Changshan's gaze, Black Bear and the others did not dare to be negligent. He returned a deep smile to Xiao Changtian. Soon Xiao Changtian followed the white tiger to a fake mountain in the forest behind the mountain. At this moment, there were several swordsmen in white around the fake mountain. Seeing them, Xiao Changtian was stunned. Since when did someone die in the back of his mountain? Xiao Changtian also rushed over to investigate. He placed his hand on the arms of these cultivators and felt that one of them was still breathing. He hurriedly took out a pill from his interspatial ring. He stuffed it into the swordsman's mouth and let him slowly consume it. I hope this pill will help. As he thought about this, Xiao Changtian saw the swordsman on the fake mountain open his eyes. Senior White Tiger, I want dare, I want dare. As he spoke loudly, the swordsman also fell from the rockery. These swordsmen were sent by Heavenly Sword to attack the divinity. After coming here, he was also taught a good lesson by the White Tiger. White Tiger also left one of them behind, waiting for Xiao Changtian to deal with him. Xiao Changtian looked at the swordsman's panicked expression and slowly said to him, White Tiger? Where is the White Tiger? Xiao Changtian looked around but he didn't see any tiger. The swordsman wanted to say something, but he saw the fierce eyes of the white tiger beside Xiao Changtian. She swallowed her saliva and swallowed the words that were about to come out of her mouth. At this moment, if he said anything, the white tiger would definitely kill it on the spot. He would never forget what the white tiger had done to them when they first arrived here. At this time, Xiao Changtian also arrived in front of Swordsman. "Friend, what are you doing here? Is your body okay? Why don't you go to the island to recuperate?" Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Swordsman also looked at Xiao Changtian in front of him. Was this a mortal? No. If he was a mortal, why didn't White Tiger do anything to him? With this thought in mind, Swordsman also knelt down in front of Xiao Changtian. "Senior, I'm here to kill." There was no need to think about it. The person in front of him was definitely a mighty figure. He must have known what she was thinking. He was definitely testing him. If he were to spout nonsense, the outcome could be imagined. Murder? Hearing Swordsman's words, Xiao Changtian was shocked. He looked at the long sword beside the rockery and then at the swordsman's clothes. He did look like someone from an assassin organization. However, this person was still very honest. With this thought in mind, Xiao Changtian slowly said to Swordsman, "Who are you here to kill? Are those your companions?" Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Swordsman nodded at him. "We are here to kill the Hellfire." Kill the Hellfire? Wasn't he trying to kill his chef? Who did this Hellfire offend? You want to kill this chef? Xiao Changtian said angrily to the swordsman. No wonder Xiaobai wanted to bring him here. It turned out that these people were not good people. Fortunately, he had some bears in the back mountain. They wanted to ambush the Hellfire from the back mountain, so Black Bear and the others must have discovered it. Thinking of this, Xiao Changtian suddenly felt that these people deserved to die. After sensing Xiao Changshan's anger, the swordsman was stunned. Could it be that he had answered wrongly? Since that was the case, he had to strike first. With this thought in mind, the swordsman also wanted to attack Xiao Changtian. At this time, if he took a gamble, he might still have a way out. Almost at the same time, Black Bear jumped out from behind Xiao Changtian. He stomped the swordsman to the ground. Chapter 638. Who is the Assassination Senior? 1. B0XN0VL. CM7 Divine Realm, in the mountains behind the 100,000 mountains. Roar. 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 The Black Bear stepped on the swordsman and roared at him. A pair of huge bear paws grabbed the swordsman in the air and tore him into two halves. Throwing the swordsman aside, Black Bear showed Xiao Changtian a simple and honest smile. This was the first time Xiao Changtian saw Black Bear fight. As expected of one of the overlords of the mountain forest. This method, Xiao directly thought to myself that it was awesome. Actually, with his martial strength just now, he could have dodged it. He saw Black Bear's honest smile as if he was asking for credit. Xiao Changtian walked to Black Bear's side and rubbed his head. I've decided. From now on, the task of guarding the back mountain will be handed over to you. In the future, if there are any strange people who walk in, you will kill them. Black Bear nodded at Xiao Changtian. This little Black Bear was quite understanding. Alright, he had really picked up a treasure. At this moment, White Tiger came to Xiao Changshan's side and smiled. Seeing the White Tiger, Xiao Changtian picked it up from the ground. And you, Xiaobai, you have done a great service this time. If it wasn't for Whitey, he wouldn't have known that someone was going to attack the Hellfire through the back mountain. Xiao Changtian also rubbed the White Tiger's furry head and carried it to the island. Xiao Changtian suddenly felt something strange when he arrived at the island. Wasn't this island a little too deserted? He remembered that the island was not very lively. However, he could at least see a few people walking around. Why did he not see anyone along the way? With that thought in mind, Xiao Changtian saw Alpha sleeping on the island. Alpha, do you know where Immortal De Yang and Lin Changfeng went? Swordsman came to the back mountain of the island. He had to discuss with them. Alpha heard Xiao Changshan's call and stood up from the ground. He brought Xiao Changtian to the side. Woof, woof, woof. Soon, Alpha brought Xiao Changtian to an attic. Are you saying that Taoist Big Sun and the others are inside? Woof, woof, woof. After getting Alpha's confirmation, Xiao Changtian also looked at the name of the loft. Wasn't this the sutra library that he had just established? Could it be? Xiao Changtian suddenly thought of something and said slowly to Alpha, Alpha, go in and call the people inside out. Alpha heard Xiao Changshan's words and walked into the sutra library. If that was the case, it would not be good. At this moment, Xiao Changtian looked at the sutra depository with a worried expression. Soon, under Alpha's call, the Great Sun Immortal and the others did not dare to stay in the sutra depository. They all came to the open space in front of the suture depository. Seeing so many people walking out of the suture depository, Xiao Changtian said to them slowly, "Are the books in the sutra library very good?" Taoist Big Sun and the others didn't know why Xiao Changtian called them. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Li Taibai answered truthfully, "Master, the book inside can be said to be extremely exquisite. After reading it, my understanding of the sword Tao has risen to a new level." After Li Taibai finished speaking, everyone felt envious. As expected of Senior's disciple, his comprehension is indeed stronger than ours. He had only been inside for a short period of time, but his comprehension of the Tao had risen to a new level. Xiao Changshan's face darkened when he heard Li Taibai's words. What kind of sword Tao was this? Li Taibai was just as he had imagined. You must be engrossed in reading novels. He remembered that he hadn't even defeated a wooden training dummy last time. With this thought in mind, Xiao Changtian said to the others, "Are you the same?" Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, everyone nodded their heads in agreement. Xiao Changtian covered his forehead when he saw the response from the crowd. It seemed that what he was worried about had happened. These people were just like him in his previous life, addicted to novels and unable to extricate themselves. He had stayed up all night to cultivate, and in the end he had inexplicably come here. He thought it was a max-level account, but in reality, it was a newbie account. No, he couldn't let them walk down his old path. If they were allowed to continue being so dispirited, what was the difference between this and waiting for death? Xiao Changtian cleared his throat. All of you are reading the books in the sutra depository. Do you know what happened at the back of the mountain? As Xiao Changshan's voice fell, everyone was confused. Senior, what happened at the back of the mountain? At this time, the great Sun Immortal also said to Xiao Changtian slowly. Assassins came from the back mountain. I was almost ambushed by swordsmen. What was that? As Xiao Changshan's angry words fell, Taoist De Yang and the others were shocked. In this day and age, who dared to assassinate a senior? At this moment, Yi Fan also walked out from the crowd. Master, where are these swordsmen? Let me kill them. That's right, Master. Where are these swordsmen? Let's go and kill them. No, I want to kill their entire family. After Yi Fan finished speaking, Di Wu Zheng and the others also echoed. They finally understood why Xiao Changtian was angry. It was their responsibility to protect the island, but they had let someone slip in. It was very normal for his master to be angry. Xiao Changtian saw Di Wu Zheng and Fuxian's impassioned expressions. His eyes rolled and he said to them, Master is just a mortal. Do you want me to investigate and tell you who the murderer is? Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Yi Fan and the others also felt a wave of shame. That's right, their master was currently refining his heart in the world of mortals. Naturally, they would be the ones to catch the murderer. Master was also training them. Thinking of this in his heart, Yi Fan slowly said to Xiao Changtian, Master, don't worry. We'll definitely find the murderer. Yes, Master, don't worry. We'll definitely tear the murderer into pieces. Yes, yes. Hearing Yi Fan and the others' words, Xiao Changtian also nodded his head in satisfaction at them. Anyway, he had already dealt with those swordsmen. It was a good opportunity for them to go out for a walk as long as they did not spend all their time reading novels. Then Yi Fan also brought Di Wu Zheng and the others to the back of the mountain. At this moment, Xiao Changtian saw Lin Changfeng and said to him slowly, Old man, you have to fix this sect protecting array formation. There is also Taoist Big Sunday. I will have to trouble you with this island. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Lin Changfeng and the Great Sun Immortal both smiled and nodded at him. Senior had done a great favor to all of them. A hole appeared in the island before their eyes. If they didn't handle it well, they wouldn't have the face to continue staying. Chapter 639. That's just a thought. 1. B0XN0VL. CM Divine Realm, 100,000 Mountains. Xiao Changtian was very satisfied when he saw the looks of the Great Sun Immortal and the others. It seemed that they were all very concerned about what had happened at the back of the mountain. After all, someone had come to your house to take your life. If you don't take it seriously, then there's really no hope. Now that they had something to do, these people would not follow their old path. With that in mind, Xiao Changtian took Alpha to the kitchen of Hellfire. Those people had come to deal with the Hellfire, but they had all been dealt with. However, it was hard to guarantee that there would not be a second wave of people coming here to cause trouble. He still left Alpha with the Hellfire. Alpha's sense of smell was more sensitive, so he could know what was going on in time. After Xiao Changtian left, the Great Sun Immortal said to the Red Cloud Divine King and the others, Everyone, I don't think I need to say much about what needs to be done. Taoist Big Sun, don't worry. We're able to achieve what we have today all because of Senior. If those people are caught by me, I will definitely beat them until they can't even poop. Hearing God King Red Cloud's words, everyone nodded. Come, let's go to the back mountain to take a look. At this moment in the back mountain, Yi Fan brought Wang Miaoshou, Di Wu Zheng and the others to the rockery. Fifth junior brother, you've been out with Master recently. Can you see anything? Yi Fan looked at the sword marks on the fake mountain and slowly said to Di Wu Zheng. When Di Wu Zheng heard Yi Fan's words, he also shook his head at him. Among everyone, he was the one who paid the least attention to details. Senior brother, let me do it. Perhaps I can deduce it. At this time, Fuqian also said slowly to everyone. Hearing Fuxian's words, everyone looked at him. Among everyone, only Fuxian's cultivation method was the most comprehensive. There should be many secret techniques in the inheritance of Rinhuang. At this moment, Fu Tian also arrived in front of the fake mountain. He muttered something and then a golden light lit up on his body. Golden light flew out from his body and circled around the rockery. Then he flew towards the direction of the sky of martial Dao. I got it, everyone follow. At this moment, Fuqian also said slowly to everyone. Then, Fuqian and the others followed behind Jin Guang and flew toward the heaven of martial arts. At the same time, the great Sun Immortal and the others also arrived late. Seeing Yi Fan flying into the distance, the great Sun Immortal also said to the others, Senior Yi Fan and the others should have some clues. Let's quickly follow. As soon as he finished speaking, the great Sun Immortal also summoned his blanket. He led the crowd and chased after Fuqian and the others. At the same time in the Heavenly Sword Villa. After Xiao Changtian broke the bridge of his nose, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master had been recuperating in the Heavenly Sword Manor. At this moment in the guest hall of the Heavenly Sword Villa, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master's face was wrapped in bandages. Opposite him sat a woman in red. Uncle Tianjin, how is your promise to Hongyi going? The woman was the red-robed woman. The red-robed woman also hurried over to inquire about the situation. The sky of Danhun had been dead for some time. Then she could not wait any longer. After all, paper couldn't cover fire for too long. When the Heavenly Sword Manor Master heard the woman in red's words, he smiled awkwardly at her and pointed at his own nose. Niece in red, look at uncle. He'll have to trouble you to wait a few more days. However, don't worry. After I recover, he'll definitely give Li Xiaotao and her family a copy. Hang them all outside for public display. Besides, you saw how uncle sent out the 5 swordsmen last time. I believe we will have news of them soon. As he spoke, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master rubbed his palm. At this time, cooperating with the Pill Pavilion was especially important to them. Especially after losing those cultivation methods and spirit skills. At this moment, a disciple of the Heavenly Sword Villa walked in from outside. Manor Lord, bad news, bad news. The sudden shout attracted everyone's attention. Seeing this disciple, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master's face turned gloomy. Oh. Due to the movement of his face, Heavenly Sword Manor Master could still feel the pain coming from the bridge of his nose. Then he slapped the Sky Sword disciple without any explanation. What's going on? Why are you so impatient? Don't you know that I'm entertaining my niece? The Sky Sword Sect's disciple also stood up after being slapped by the Sky Sword Manor Lord. I know I was wrong, Manor Lord. Tell me, what is it? At this moment, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master slowly said to him. Manor Lord, there are a few unknown experts outside and they are slaughtering our Heavenly Sword Manor disciples. The disciples can't hold on any longer. What is it? Why didn't you say something so important earlier? What the F***ck did you do earlier? At this moment, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master slapped the disciple again. He's really a blockhead. He won't change despite repeated teachings. As he spoke angrily, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master hurriedly walked out. The red-robed woman in the hall saw the Heavenly Sword Manor Master hurriedly walking out. She also frowned slightly and followed him out. Walking out of the hall, the owner of Sky Sword Villa saw the disciples of Sky Sword Villa all over the floor. Anger surged in his heart. Who dares to be so impudent in our Heavenly Sword Villa? Don't think that just because we've fallen you can. Before he could finish his sentence, he saw dozens of eyes staring at him. Tell me why not? At this moment, Di Wu Zheng, who was floating in the air, spoke to the Heavenly Sword Manor Master. You think you're a tiger? Why don't you take a piss and see what you look like? At this moment, Di Wu Zheng continued to speak disdainfully to the Heavenly Sword Manor Master. The moment Heavenly Sword Manor Master saw Di Wu Zheng, his heart thumped. Wasn't this the man he met in the forest outside the town? Why did he come here again? And the people around him, Why were their auras not weaker than his? Heavens, did he have to do this? Bang. The Heavenly Sword Manor Master directly knelt down in front of Di Wu Zheng and the others. Heroes, what happened that day was a misunderstanding. I, Heavenly Sword Manor Master, am willing to compensate you. There are all kinds of treasures, women, cultivation techniques, and spirit skills in the manor. I only hope that you can calm down. As he spoke, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master kept kowtowing to Di Wu Zheng and the others. What a joke. If he really had any other thoughts today, he would be able to escape. That could only be a thought. Chapter 640. Tianjin was crippled, Hongyi was captured. 1. B0XN0 Veal. CM Heaven of Martial Arts, Heavenly Sword Villa Di Wu Zheng and the others looked at the Heavenly Sword Manor Master who was kowtowing on the ground. At this moment, Yi Fan also threw a long sword in his hand to the side of Heavenly Sword Manor Master. Do you recognize this sword? Hearing Yi Fan's words, the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord hurriedly picked up the sword beside him. Wasn't this the sword of the 5 swordsmen? Why was it here? With this thought in mind, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master raised his head and slowly said to Di Wu Zheng and the rest, Heroes, this sword belongs to our Heavenly Sword Villa. Whoosh! Before the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord could finish speaking, he saw Yi Fan raise the battle axe in his hand in the air. The moment Yi Fan raised his axe, Heavenly Sword Manor Master felt a spatial crack appear in the air. Hero, wait, let me finish. At this moment, the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord also hurriedly said to Yi Fan. If he had spoken slower, he would probably have died on the spot. Hearing the words of the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord, Yi Fan also slowed down his movements and slowly said to the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord, What else is there to say? You attacked our master. We have no choice but to take revenge. Hearing Yi Fan's words, Heavenly Sword Manor Master also cried to Yi Fan. Hero, how would I dare to attack your master? These 5 swordsmen were sent by me to destroy a lower realm called the Divine World. How could you offend your master? You must have made a mistake. These 5 swordsmen were going to deal with a lower realm. How could they offend such an awesome person? If there really was such an awesome person, he would have to give himself 100 guts. I don't dare to go to the school. Hearing Heavenly Sword Manor Lord's words, Yi Fan did not hesitate at all and directly slashed down at Heavenly Sword Manor Lord. My master is in the Divine World and you still say that there isn't? As soon as Yi Fan's voice fell, the miserable cry of the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord sounded throughout the entire Heavenly Sword Manor. My leg, my leg. At this moment, Heavenly Sword Manor Master was also looking at his legs. Yi Fan's axe just now almost crippled his legs. At the same time, Di Wu Zheng also came to his side. The scar that Master gave you hasn't healed yet, and you want to send someone to kill him. It seems that the scar from last time wasn't unforgettable enough. Hearing Di Wu Zheng's words, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master also thought of something. In the forest, he could clearly sense that the person was in existence that could control a phoenix. Why would the 5 swordsmen provoke such a person? Could it be? At this moment, Heavenly Sword Manor Master also looked behind him. Hongyi, you really caused the Heavenly Sword Villa to suffer. At this moment, he realized that he had become a knife in Red Spectre's hand. After the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord's words sounded, a sound rang out from within the Heavenly Sword Manor. When he saw Di Wu Zheng and the others, Red Shirt had a bad feeling. She didn't expect the Heavenly Sword Manor Master to give her up so quickly. Di Wu Zheng smiled when he heard the noise inside. So there are other accomplices. Then he'll let you test my comprehension. Barehanded. Di Wu Zheng said slowly as he picked up the sword from the ground. Then Red Shirt, who was running away, felt an inexplicable force on her body. Then his body involuntarily flew towards Di Wu Zheng. In the end, he knelt before Di Wu Zheng and held the sword in his hands with both hands. Kneeling in front of Di Wu Zheng, Red Shirt was also glaring at him angrily. At this moment, the Great Sun Immortal also walked out from the side. Pointing at the red-robed woman, he said to Di Wu Zheng and the others, Seniors, I know this woman. She deliberately approached you before. I didn't expect this to be the purpose. After hearing the words of the Great Sun Immortal, the woman in red knew that she would not be able to escape today. Then he burst into laughter. You really are the dogs of that Xiao Changtian. Even if you turn into wandering ghosts, I won't let any of you off. What is it? Pill Soul Heaven is dead? The Heavenly Sword Manor Master said in shock when he heard the red-clothed lattice words. Then, when Hongyi came to look for him to cooperate and asked him to deal with the Divine World. When all of this was connected, Heavenly Sword Manor Master said to the red-clothed woman, Hongyi, you really have a good plan. The red-robed woman ignored him. At this moment, Di Wuzheng slowly said to the red-clothed woman, "So you're the one behind everything. Then let me destroy you." As he spoke, Di Wuzheng also raised his sword. "Fifth junior brother, wait." At this moment Yi Fan also called out to him. "It's better to bring him back and let master deal with him." When Di Wuzheng heard Yi Fan's words, he also stopped what he was doing and nodded at him. Towards Yi Fan, this eldest senior brother, everyone was still very convinced. Then Lin Ruomiao and Daji also imprisoned the red-clothed woman and prepared to bring her back to the divine realm. Heavenly Sword Manor Master saw the red-robed woman being taken away by Lin Ruomiao and the others. He also said to Yi Fan and the others, "Heroes, you all saw it, right? I was schemed against by that vicious woman. I really didn't know that your master lived there. If I knew, I wouldn't dare to go even if I ate the guts of a bear or a leopard. Stop trembling." At this moment, Di Wuzheng said impatiently to the Heavenly Sword Manor Master. Hearing Di Wuzheng's words, Heavenly Sword Manor Master obediently shut his mouth. "Senior brother, what should we do?" At this moment, Di Wuzheng was also asking for Yi Fan's opinion. Hearing Di Wuzheng's words, Yi Fan also looked at the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord whose legs were crippled and slowly said to the others, "Since we've caught the mastermind, let's go back." Looking at the appearance of this Heavenly Sword Manor Lord, he did not seem to be faking it. Since it was unintentional, Yi Fan did not think of continuing to attack him. After Yi Fan finished speaking, Daoist De Yang and the others nodded and flew towards the divine world. Seeing Yi Fan and the others leave, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master also knelt on the ground and kowtowed to them. "Thank you for your mercy, heroes. Thank you for your mercy, heroes." The Heavenly Sword Manor Lord kept saying hold on until Yi Fan and the others disappeared from his sight. After Yi Fan and the others left, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master looked at his crippled legs. A trace of viciousness flashed across his eyes. Then he slowly crawled into the palace. "Xiao Changtian, right? I will remember today's humiliation. I Tianjian will take revenge for this sooner or later." Chapter 641, Righteous Alliance, 1, B0XN0VL. CM Heaven of Martial Arts, Heavenly Sword Villa. In the basement of the Heavenly Sword Villa, the Heavenly Sword Villa Master was crawling along the corridor. "Ha ha ha." Heavenly Sword Manor Master laughed as he approached the coffin. "Xiao Changtian, do you think that our Heavenly Sword Sect's foundation has been robbed? In fact, the foundation of my Heavenly Sword Sect is far beyond your imagination." As he spoke, Heavenly Sword Manor Master climbed to the center of the coffins. He placed his finger to his mouth and took a bite. Then blood flowed down his finger and fell to the ground. Beep, beep, beep. Along with the sound of blood dripping, a huge magic array slowly appeared in front of Heavenly Sword Manor Master. Then the magic formation emitted a white light and pulled Heavenly Sword Manor Master into it. Whoosh. Under the effect of the array, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master arrived in an alternate dimension. "Junior of my clan, is there anything urgent?" An old voice slowly sounded in the ears of the Heavenly Sword Manor Master. When the Heavenly Sword Manor Master heard this voice, he also looked in front of him. At this moment, 8 imposing figures slowly stood in front of him. The one who had just spoken was the white-browed elder on the left who was holding a long sword. "Ancestor, the martial path is bitter." Seeing this group of elders, Heavenly Sword Manor Master also cried out to them. An expert of unknown origin suddenly appeared in the human realm upon heavens and kept slaughtering cultivators. Hearing the words of the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord, the few elders were also stunned. They slowly said to the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord, "Junior, don't be anxious." Then the white-browed elder also discovered that the Heavenly Sword Manor Master's legs had been crippled. A ray of white light shot out from his hand and entered Heavenly Sword Manor Master's legs. Instantly, Heavenly Sword Manor Master felt his legs slowly recovering. Feeling the changes in his legs, Heavenly Sword Manor Master was overjoyed. He quickly stood up from the ground and said to the old man in front of him, "Ancestors, you might not know this, but an expert suddenly appeared in the human realm upon heavens. He used the divine beast Phoenix, Io." Before the Heavenly Sword Manor Master could finish his words, he fell to the ground. The white-browed old man looked at Tianjian's legs when he saw him fall. He had just healed his injuries, but now the ID appeared once again. The white-browed old man and the other old men looked at each other in disbelief. Since when did such a powerful being appear in the heavens beyond? "What did you just say? Divine beast Phoenix?" At this moment, an old man with a pair of bull horns on his head shouted at Heavenly Sword Manor Master. "That's right, ancestors. That person relied on his demonic beasts to massacre wantonly in heavens beyond. I suspect that this person came from the outer sky evil race. Outer heaven evil race. The words of the heavenly sword manor lord echoed in the ears of the elders, causing their hearts to tremble. At this moment, the bull-horned elder said to the others, "What else can you say now? I said that my green bull race was destroyed. It must be the spies of the evil race in our heavens beyond who made a move. Now it seems that you believe me. You should have listened to me and sent people to destroy those people." The bull-horned elder was the ancestor of the green bull race. He was furious and wanted to go out and take revenge. In addition, when the others went there to investigate, they did not find any evil energy. Only then did the matter drop. However, now that there was the matter of the Heavenly Sword Villa, they had no choice but to take it seriously. At this moment, an old man who was standing in the middle with a spiritual pearl in his hand slowly said, "Everyone, I think we should try to contact Lord Tiandao and see if he has any instructions." As soon as the old man finished speaking, the bull-horned old man also said, "Lord Tiandao has disappeared for so long. If we were to use it, those evil races." Before the bull-horned elder could finish speaking, he saw the spiritual pearl elder wave his hand at him. This kind of thing naturally has risks and gains. As soon as the old man finished speaking, no one said anything else. At this moment, the white-browed elder slowly said to the Heavenly Sword Manor Master, "Junior, you should retire first. They'll think of a way to deal with your legs in the future." Hearing the white-browed elder's words, Heavenly Sword Manor Master bowed to him. "Ancestors, this junior will take his leave first. If there's anything, this junior will be at your beck and call. I will definitely eliminate the enemies for Beyond Avalon." As he spoke, Heavenly Sword Manor Master slowly left the alternate dimension. After returning to the basement, Heavenly Sword Manor Master let out a cold laugh. The place he had just gone to was the Righteous Tao Alliance that was formed by the various macro worlds. Their duty was very simple, which was to protect the safety of Beyond Avalon. This was to prevent the evil races from outside of Heavens Beyond from attacking. As for the lower realms where Xiao Changtian and the rest were at, they were all sent over as cannon fodder when the evil race invaded. This was the prison that the human realm upon heavens was talking about. Therefore, once they fought with the evil race, the cultivators of the lower realm were also the most likely to switch sides. This was also the reason why the human realm upon heavens had continuously plundered the providence of the divine realm and the other lower realms. Xiao Changtian, I don't believe that the Righteous Path Alliance can't deal with you. He had his own complaints and the matter of the Green Bull clan. Heavenly Sword Manor Master was confident that the Righteous Path Alliance would attack Xiao Changtian. At this moment, in the Righteous Path Alliance, the old man Ling Zhu and the others had also arrived in front of a huge array. "Everyone, let's do it." As soon as the old man finished speaking, a 5-pointed star rune appeared in front of him and was injected into the array formation in front of him. Beside him, the white-browed old man and the others also transformed into corresponding runes and injected them into the array formation. Whoosh! The array was activated by the elders and released a blinding white light. "Sense the heavenly Tao." The Spirit Pearl Elder shouted loudly. Then the other elders injected their true chi into his body. Whoosh! 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 The array formation spun rapidly, and the old man's body trembled. Then he slowly retracted the true essence in his body. "How is it?" As the Spiritual Pearl Elder withdrew his true energy, the other elders also slowly spoke to him. Hearing the other elders' words, the old man shook his head. "Hey!" Seeing the old man shake his head, the other old men also sighed. At this moment, waves of black aura invaded from below the array. "It's been so many years. Old man Ling Zhu, you're still exploring your heavenly Tao. Unfortunately, ever since the last holy war, your heavenly Tao has ceased to exist." Chapter 642, Extraterrestrial Evil Race, 1, B0XN0VL. CM Heavens Beyond, Righteous Tao Alliance. Under the array in front of the old man, a series of clicking sounds could be heard. When the Spiritual Pearl Elder saw the black gas, his hand lit up. At the same time, rays of light shot out from the array. The light and the black aura intertwined, emitting waves of shocking energy fluctuations in the entire space. "Heretic race, our Heavens Beyond has been able to resist you for so many years. You don't have to be greedy." Upon hearing the words of the Spiritual Pearl Elder, a burst of laughter came from the other side of the array. "In the past, your heavenly Tao still existed and could barely resist my race. Now that the heavenly Tao is damaged, what do you have to resist us? Just those small shrimps from the lower realm are no longer enough." Hearing the voice from the other side of the array, The old man snorted coldly. With a change of hand gestures, the light on the array turned into giant swords of spiritual energy. The black aura also transformed into a huge black palm. Bang! The black palm and the giant sword of spiritual energy collided. Heavenly Tao kill? The spiritual pearl elder muttered something and then shouted. Then, the giant spirit energy sword emitted a powerful force that directly scattered the black palm. Haha, old man Ling Zhu, that's all for now. I'd like to see how much of your heavenly Tao energy you still have left. Following this voice, the black aura on the array also completely dissipated. At the same time, on the other side of the formation, a pair of scarlet eyes also lit up in the dark night. At this moment, in the Righteous Path Alliance, when the spiritual pearl elder and the others saw that the black aura had disappeared, their expressions darkened. The black aura just now was clearly the work of some mighty figure from the evil race. The reason why he was able to erode it was also because they used the array formation to find the heavenly Tao. He took advantage of the gap and entered. At this moment, the bull-horned elder said to the others, "In my opinion, the evil race is getting more and more arrogant. We should do something." After the bull-horned old man finished speaking, the white-browed old man also echoed. "That junior of mine said something. We should get someone to verify it." Hearing the white-browed elder and the bull-horned elder's words, the spiritual pearl elder nodded. Then he said to the two old men who had not spoken much, "Old man Jinghe, I'll leave this matter to you." Hearing the old man's words, an old man with a huge hammer on his back said to him, "Don't worry, leave the spiritual pearl to us." After the old man finished speaking, an old man holding a feather fan beside him slowly said, "Everyone, don't worry. Whether he's a spy or not, I'll get rid of him." As soon as he finished speaking, the old man turned into a stream of light and flew into the distance. At the same time, in the divine realm, in the 100,000 mountains on the island, Xiao Changtian was resting on a rocking chair by the lake. At this moment, Xiao Changtian also saw the lake. A small boat full of people was slowly heading towards him. Wasn't this Yi Fan and the others? Seeing that Yi Fan and the others were all on the boat, Xiao Changtian also stood up from his rocking chair. Then he saw Daji and Lin Ruomiao bring the woman in red to him. "Master, we found the murderer. It was this woman who found someone to attack and kill you," Lin Ruomiao said to Xiao Changtian. Then Lin Ruomiao took out a knife from her waist and placed it on Hong Yi's neck. "Master, do you want me to finish her off on the spot?" Xiao Changtian saw Lin Ruomiao's actions and hurriedly walked over. He came to Lin Ruomiao's side and slowly removed the knife from her hand. He didn't pay much attention to this Lin Ruomiao usually. How could he casually place a knife on someone else's neck? One had to know that this was very dangerous. Then Xiao Changtian slowly said to Lin Ruomiao, "Ruomiao, tell master what exactly is going on." Before Lin Ruomian could reply, the red-robed woman said to Xiao Changtian, "Xiao Changtian, stop pretending. You killed my grandfather and I can't live under the same sky as you. If you want to kill me, then kill me." Hearing the lady in red's excited words, Xiao Changtian was also stunned. What exactly had this red-clothed girl experienced? He had not seen her since he left the town. Why did it change so much now? Could it be? Xiao Changtian suddenly remembered the condition of the heavenly flower fairy. He hurriedly took out a pill from his interspatial ring. "Daji, give it to the lady in red." When Daji heard Xiao Changshan's words, she slowly took the pill from Xiao Changshan's hand. He actually wanted to use poison to kill me. Xiao Changtian is a hypocrite. At this moment, the woman in red sneered at Xiao Changtian. When Daji saw the lady in red, she smiled at her. "Miss, look over here." While speaking, Daji's eyes revealed a pink glow. Bewitched by Daji, the woman in red's eyes became blurry. Then she opened her mouth obediently and swallowed the pill Daji gave her. When Xiao Changtian saw this scene, he felt a little emotional. This Daji was born with a foxy face. She really liked both men and women. Xiao Changtian heaved a sigh of relief when he saw the woman in red swallow the pill. At this moment, Daji had also resolved her confusion about the woman in red. The red-robed woman was about to say something when she felt the injuries in her body being healed by a wave of energy. Looking at Xiao Changtian, the red-robed woman said to him, "Don't think that I'll be grateful to you. I won't forget my grandfather's revenge." Xiao Changtian was stunned when he heard the woman's words. Could it be that this red-dressed girl had not recovered yet? Should he give her more? With this thought in mind, Xiao Changtian passed some more pills to Daji. After Daji received it, she did not hesitate at all. He fed them to the woman in red. At this moment, the woman in red slowly fell to the ground. Seeing the red-clothed woman, Xiao Changtian, on the ground, he also said to Lin Ruomomio and the others, Ruomiao, take the red-clothed girl to rest first. Lin Ruomiao nodded her head when she heard Xiao Changshan's words. At this moment, Daji also understood something. Was her master going to slowly torture this woman? In that case he had to help his master well. With this thought in mind, Daji followed Xiao Changtian and said, "Master, I'll go help senior sister." Chapter 643, Obviously Not in Senior's Eyes, 1, B0XN0VL. CM Divine Realm, 100,000 Mountains. Xiao Changtian saw Daji and the others leave and said to the others slowly, "Everyone go to your own things." Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Yi Fan and the others nodded at Xiao Changtian. They all walked to their posts. From the looks of it, Master should be satisfied with our actions. Yes. Fortunately we made up for our mistakes. Let's not talk anymore. I'm going to the Sutra Library to continue cultivating. I still haven't figured out the picture of a beauty coming out of the bath last time. At this moment, Fuqian also said slowly to the others. Senior brother Fuqian, wait for me. I'll go with you. At this moment, Di Wu Zheng followed behind Li Taibai and walked towards the Sutra Depository. You're a sword practitioner, what are you watching with me for? I'm just curious. When Yi Fan and the others went to capture the red-clothed woman, Xiao Changtian also filled up the Sutra Depository. At the same time, the system's voice sounded in Xiao Changshan's mind. Ding dong. The host has completed the Sutra Library quest. The reward for the host is, on how steel is forged. The next mission is to forge a divine weapon for each of your disciples according to the book. As the system's voice sounded in his mind, Xiao Changtian opened the system panel. When he saw the mission on it, he was suddenly a little touched. The system finally heard him crying. What kind of missions had he given the last few times? Now he was finally given a normal mission. Not to mention other things, most of the equipment on this island was built by himself. It would be easy to forge a few weapons for those little brats. While he was thinking about this, he also said slowly in his mind, "System, retrieve the reward." Ding dong. Host's request has been detected. Host will be rewarded. Please check and accept. Bang. As soon as the system finished speaking, a red book appeared in Xiao Changshan's hand. This was also seen by Hellfire, who was walking by. Senior's grasp of space seems to have improved. I remember the last time I was in the Saint Spirit sky, I could still faintly feel the fluctuations in the surrounding space. I can't sense anything now. As he thought of this, the Hellfire also started observing from the side. If he stayed here, he might even be able to receive some pointers from the senior. Xiao Changtian slowly opened his book. When he saw the contents, he did not react in time. Black ice crystal, what is this? Xiao Changtian said slowly and frowned. Then he flipped to the next page and saw a fiery red sphere imprinted on it. Heavenly fire meteoric iron, what the hell is this? Seeing these things, Xiao Changtian couldn't help but throw the book in his hand into the air. It seemed that he was still too young to think that the system would treat him better. He didn't expect that he would have to work for him. What was written on it was all things that he did not know. When the Hellfire saw Xiao Changshan's expression, he sighed in his heart. Looking at Senior's somewhat angry appearance, this black ice crystal and heavenly fire meteoric iron clearly did not enter Senior's eyes. That was the best forging material in the human realm upon heavens. He wondered what Senior used to forge weapons. With this thought in mind, the Hellfire quickly walked over and helped Xiao Changtian pick up the books on the ground. Senior. Seeing the Hellfire suddenly appear in front of him, Xiao Changtian slowly took the book from his hand. Hellfire, you're back. He knew that the swordsman's target was the Hellfire. Xiao Changtian was also a little closer to the Hellfire. At this moment, the Hellfire said to Xiao Changtian, Senior, are you not satisfied with the black ice crystal and heavenly fire meteoric iron? Hearing the Hellfire's words, Xiao Changtian sighed. Do you think you'll be satisfied with this lousy system messing with me? Seeing Xiao Changtian sigh, the Hellfire confirmed his thoughts. As expected, Senior looked down on this heavenly fire meteoric iron and black ice crystal. With this thought in mind, the Hellfire slowly said to Xiao Changtian, Senior, if you want forging materials, I think the wilderness is a good place to go. That's the world of blacksmiths. Xiao Changshan's eyes lit up when he heard the Hellfire's words. He slowly said to the Hellfire, Are there black ice crystals that can stand against the heavenly fire black iron? Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, the Hellfire nodded at him. These two materials were produced from there. Xiao Changtian patted his shoulder. Hellfire, thank you. Then Xiao Changtian walked to the side. Seeing Xiao Changtian leave, the Hellfire nodded. He was also very happy that he could help Senior. At the same time, in the human realm upon heavens, the two old men slowly stood in the air. The two of them looked at the heavens in front of them with pride in their eyes. They were Jingtian and Mantian, who had come out from the Righteous Path Alliance. Brother Jingtian, we've already checked this Green Bull Mountain and Heavenly Sword Villa. There's indeed no evil energy. Why don't we go back? Jingtian waved his hand at Mantian. Brother Mantian, I don't think things are that simple. Those evil races have many tricks up their sleeves. They might have some kind of magical artifact that shields their auras. I think we should go to that divine realm to take a look. After Jingtian finished speaking, Heavenly Sword Manor Master walked over from behind them. Elder Mantian, I think what Elder Jingtian said makes sense. Let's go over and take a look. After leaving the Righteous Path Alliance, they first helped Heavenly Sword Manor Master reattach his legs. And because he had not traveled in heavens beyond for thousands of years, Jingtian and Mantian also asked the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord to lead the way for them. Mantian hesitated for a moment when he heard Heavenly Sword Manor Master's words. Seeing Mantian hesitate, Jingtian slowly said to him, "Don't hesitate, Mantian, follow me." After saying that, Jingtian took the lead and flew towards the divine realm. Besides, aren't you interested in phoenixes? Let's go take a look. I want to see if that is a chicken or a phoenix. Zhengshan's words also moved Mantian. Then the two of them flew towards the divine realm. Seeing the two of them stand up, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master sneered. Xiao Changtian, red shirt, just you wait. He had to take revenge for his broken leg. Chapter 644. Destruction of the Divine Realm? B0xn0 Vel. CM Divine Realm, 100,000 Mountains. Who wants to go to the barbaric heaven with me? Xiao Changshan's voice slowly sounded on the island. In front of him were Yi Fan, Fu Tian, and the other disciples. There was actually a reason for gathering them here. This group of brats thought that they would not stay in the suture depository after they went out for a walk. He did not expect that not long after this group of people returned, they would spend the whole day in the suture depository again. It would be better if he studied hard inside. He went in and saw that everyone was reading novels. They were all about how a domineering CEO fell in love with him and how a hen laid eggs. What was even more ridiculous was that Fu Tian and Di Wu Zheng were actually hiding in a corner and having an intense discussion. He thought that there were still a few good seedlings among his disciples. The F***CK walked over and saw a picture of a beauty coming out of the bath in front of them. Xiao Changtian was so angry that he gathered everyone on the spot. At this time, when Yi Fan and the others heard Xiao Changshan's words, they also scrambled to say, "Master, let's go with you." Whoosh. Seeing their enthusiasm, Xiao Changshan's mood eased a little. It seemed that these guys had not reached the point of being incurable. Xiao Changtian looked around at the crowd. Then he slowly said to Yi Fan, "This time Yi Fan will follow me out." When Yi Fan heard Xiao Changshan's words, he also walked to his side. Then Xiao Changtian said to the others, "He'll bring back some gifts for you when I return from this trip. As for whether you have the chance to obtain it, it will depend on your performance. Don't stay in the suture depository all day. Go out and walk more." As soon as he finished speaking, Xiao Changtian said to Yi Fan, "Yi Fan, follow me." When Yi Fan heard Xiao Changshan's words, he also nodded at him. Then he followed Xiao Changtian out of the 100,000 University. After Xiao Changtian and Yi Fan left, Di Wu Zheng and the others also gathered in a circle. What did Master mean just now? He told us not to soak in the suture depository. I'm starting to look forward to what Master will bring back. If Master brings back something, will I be able to make thousands of cultivators kneel? Fifth disciple brother, I'm not talking about this. At this moment, Lin Ruomiao slowly said, "I think Master wants us to apply what we have learned and go out to give it a try." Senior sister Ruomiao is right. In that case, although the demon beasts in the mountain range in front are a little weak, they are still barely passable. At the same time, the black water dragon who was resting on the surface of the lake, heard the conversation between Di Wu Zheng and the others. Looking at the mountain range in front of them, they also mourned for the demon beasts in the mountains. If these few people attacked, the demon beasts in the 100,000 mountains would probably be in chaos. With this thought in mind, the blackwater dragon quickly dived into the lake. What if those people saw him and used him as a thug? At the same time, outside the divine world, a group of uninvited guests slowly stepped out of the space. This is the so-called divine realm. Stepping out of the void, Jing Tian frowned slightly as he looked at the miniature world in front of him. The aura that was revealed from the divine world was too weak. At this moment, Tianjian also came to his side. Lord Jingtian, although the divine realm is a little weak, it's a good place to hide. Zheng Tian slowly nodded his head when he heard Tianjin Manor Master's words. If that's the case, then let's exterminate the grand instance. As he spoke, a fine pillar of light appeared in Zheng Tian's hand, and he was about to attack the divine world. Zheng Tian, wait. At this moment, the burly man Tian also stopped him. After all, it's a living being of a world. It's better for us to go down and investigate. Upon hearing Man Tian's words, Zheng Tian slowly said to him, "Stupid." Whoosh. Then he ignored Man Tian and attacked the divine realm with the light pillar in his hand. If there's really a monster from the evil race, won't we alert the enemy if we go in? If they were all directly destroyed, this world would have died a worthy death. Why bang? The beam of light hit the divine realm and instantly lit up a huge mushroom cloud in front of Heavenly Sword Manor Master and the others. Creation immortals were so terrifying. Looking at the mushroom cloud in front of him, Heavenly Sword Manor Master felt extremely refreshed. Xiao Changtian, you must be feeling hopeless now that you're going against me. Without sensing any aura escaping, Zheng Tian waved his hand and fled into the distance. Tianjin brat, I'll leave the aftermath to you. Man Tian, let's go to other places to take a look. When Man Tian heard Zhengshan's words, he also looked in the direction of the divine world and sighed. Zhengshan's attack just now should have completely destroyed this realm. With this thought in mind, Man Tian also flew into the distance. At this moment, Heavenly Sword Manor Master slowly arrived in front of the divine world. Although I didn't get to see you die, you've lost in the end, ha ha ha. As he said that, Heavenly Sword Manor Master also raised the sword in his hand. So it was you who was up to something just now. At this moment, a cold voice slowly sounded in the mind of the Heavenly Sword Manor Master. Who is it? The sudden voice startled Heavenly Sword Manor Master. He waved the sword in his hand in the air. At this moment, a phoenix with an endless fire domain slowly appeared in his eyes. Phoenix? How is this possible? Senior Jingtian had already... Before he could finish his words, Heavenly Sword Manor Master felt his true essence burning. Old hen, you can't let him be so comfortable. At this moment, another voice entered the ears of the Heavenly Sword Manor Lord. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. As soon as he finished speaking, lines of black and white chess pieces appeared below Heavenly Sword Manor Master. Then, a heaven-swallowing dog that covered the sky and covered the sun appeared in front of the Heavenly Sword Manor Master. Looking at the huge mouth of the heaven-swallowing dog, the Heavenly Sword Manor Master said in a trembling voice, "Tun, heaven-swallowing dog." At this moment, a voice transmission jade pendant appeared in the hands of the Heavenly Sword Manor Master. Just, bang. Before he could finish speaking, the jade pendant in his hand shattered. What do you mean, what do you want? At this moment, a black tortoise with an immeasurable amount of seawater around its body appeared in Heavenly Sword Manor Master's vision. Bang. Seeing this scene, Heavenly Sword Manor Master's hand that was holding the sword was already trembling. The long sword had already fallen to the ground, and the Heavenly Sword Manor Master felt like crying. Die. At this moment, a golden dragon claw with a holy aura descended from the sky. He directly killed Heavenly Sword Manor Master in the void. Chapter 645. Don't drop your tears on my pants. 1. B0xn0 See him in a quiet house in the barbaric heaven. At this moment, in the main hall of the residence, an old man was sitting at the head of the table. Father, why did you call me over? At this moment, a young man standing in the hall slowly said to the old man on the main seat. Feng how is the management of the Black Sky Mine? Hearing the old man's words, Li Feng slowly replied to him. Father, everything at the mine is normal. What instructions do you have? Hearing Li Feng's words, Li Chaoyuan smiled in satisfaction. Work hard. I received news that the ancestor is coming to check on him. You have to perform well. When the time comes, whether or not you can be taken in by the ancestor will all depend on yourself. Hearing Li Keiwan's words, Li Feng was also excited. Old ancestor, wasn't that the one who had been passed down from their ancestors? That was a living creation immortal. If the old ancestor took a fancy to it, then he would cultivate in the future. Thinking of this, Li Feng was excited. He slowly said to Li Chaoyuan, Father, don't worry. I know what to do. Okay, go and do your job well. At this moment, Li Chaoyuan waved his hand at Li Feng. Li Feng was the only son of his bloodline. However, after he retired, the other factions might not necessarily not be eyeing the position of the family head. With this thought in mind, Li Chaoyuan slowly said to the void around him, "Old too, he'll have to trouble you to keep an eye on Feng during this period of time." As soon as Li Chaoyuan finished speaking, an old man dressed in blood-red clothes appeared beside him. "Don't worry, Patriarch. I will take good care of young master." After replying to Li Chaoyuan, Elder Tu's figure disappeared in surprise again. At the same time, on a small path in the barbaric heaven, Xiao Changtian brought Yi Fan along the path. The barbaric heaven was different from the other heaven realms. There was a primitive atmosphere everywhere. On both sides of the path stood silver-white iron trees, and their leaves were as long and thin as silver needles. At this moment, the sound of horse hooves came from behind Xiao Changtian. Bang, bang, bang. Accompanied by a series of sounds coming from the ground, Xiao Changtian and Yi Fan looked behind them. Behind them, Li Feng led a few servants and was riding a few horses towards them. "Young master, there seems to be someone in front." At this moment, a servant slowly said to Li Feng. Li Feng glanced at Xiao Changtian and Yi Fan. "They're just two mortals. If the old ancestor knew that these ant-like mortals could enter our black sky mine, then how can I still have the face to face my ancestor?" Hearing Li Feng's words, the servants nodded. When he passed by Xiao Changtian, he raised the long whip in his hand and wanted to hit Xiao Changtian. Ah! Li Feng and the others continued to move forward. Then they heard a scream behind them. At this moment, Li Feng also looked behind him. Yi Fan was holding the whip of his servant. As for the servant from earlier, he was also pulled down from the horse's back by Yi Fan. At this moment, Li Feng looked at Yi Fan with some anger. "A mere mortal dares to provoke our Li family. He's courting death." As he spoke, Li Feng also personally rode his horse, planning to personally beat Xiao Changtian and Yi Fan here. Xiao Changtian frowned when he saw how unreasonable Li Feng was. This guy should be a local rich kid. However, wasn't it a little too much to look down on him like this? Xiao Changshan's interspatial ring lit up when he saw Li Feng pull out the saber from the horse's back. Bang! Before Li Feng reached Xiao Changtian, the horse beneath him started to sway. He turned around in the other direction and Li Feng fell from above. Then the horse went to the grass beside Xiao Changtian. "Young master." At this moment, the Li family servant saw Li Feng lying on the ground and hurriedly went down to help him up. Standing up from the ground, Li Feng patted the dust off his butt. He looked in the direction of his horse. On the horse beside Xiao Changtian, there was a bundle of spiritual herbs. The horse seemed to be very fond of him, and it never raised its head. Looking at the horse, Li Feng was also furious. He threw the saber in his hand at the horse. Bang! The saber was sent flying, and an axe appeared in Yi Fan's hand. Seeing his attack being obstructed, Li Feng was furious. Then he charged towards Xiao Changtian aggressively. Squeak, squeak, squeak. At the same time, a voice slowly sounded in the air. Halfway there, Li Feng saw a little monkey running out of nowhere on Xiao Changshan's shoulder. As soon as the divine monkey came out, it jumped in front of Yi Fan. Where did this come from? Seeing the divine monkey, Li Feng was just about to shout at him when his body trembled. *CK, how was this a little monkey? This was clearly a divine monkey. A divine monkey emitting golden light slowly stood up. The divine monkey held its long rod and was about to hit Li Feng with it. "Senior, don't." At this moment, Li Feng also sat on the ground and covered his face with his hands. After a while, after Li Feng confirmed that he was not injured, he slowly let go of his arm that was covering his face. At this moment, Xiao Changtian was staring at him with the divine monkey in his arms. At this moment, Li Feng quickly hugged Xiao Changshan's thigh. "Senior, I was blind just now and didn't see you. Please forgive me." Woo-woo. Xiao Changtian saw Li Feng's action and was a little stunned. Wasn't this rich kid quite arrogant just now? Why are you hugging your thighs and crying here? Hey, your tears are falling on my pants. At this moment, Xiao Changtian said to Li Feng in disdain. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Li Feng quickly let go of his pants and said slowly, "Senior, I'm sorry. I'll help you wipe it off." While speaking, Li Feng also used his sleeve to wipe Xiao Changshan's pants. At the same time, his eyes were also staring at the divine monkey from time to time. She was afraid that he would show his might and kill her here with a stick. It wasn't easy for him to hear that his grandfather was coming back. If he died here, wouldn't it be too much of a loss? Xiao Changtian saw Li Feng staring at the divine monkey and understood something. Could it be that this kid was afraid of monkeys? Chapter 646. Don't worry, young master, I'll help you be 0xn0vl. See him teach him a lesson. 1. on a small path in the barbaric heaven. Xiao Changtian looked at Li Feng, who was in front of him, and carried the divine monkey to him. "Kid, do you like it?" Hearing Xiao Changtian won swords, Li Feng also looked up. He saw the divine monkey brandishing its fangs and brandishing its claws at him. Ah! Seeing the smiling faces of Xiao Changtian and the divine monkey, he fell to the ground again. The divine monkey was so obedient in this person's arms. It could be seen that this person was very likely its master. The master of the divine monkey. Thinking of this, Li Feng could not help but shiver. He must have been kicked in the head by a donkey just now. Why would he go and find trouble with such an expert? Now, Li Feng really wanted to slap himself to death. Looking at the smiles of this senior and the divine monkey, it couldn't be that they wanted to torture him to death, right? However, as long as he sincerely admitted his mistake, he still had a chance. When the servants of the Li family saw Li Feng lying on the ground, they also wanted to go over and help. "Young master, we're here." Hearing his servants' words, Li Feng, who had just organized his words, was also shocked. "Are these dogs trying to kill me?" He quickly shouted at them. "You bunch of slaves, what do you want? Can't you see that Senior is here? Kneel down and apologize to Senior." Hearing Li Feng's shout, the servants were also dumbfounded. However, they didn't dare to disobey the order. They all knelt down and apologized to Xiao Changtian. When Xiao Changtian saw this scene, it confirmed his inner thoughts. The people in the cultivation world were really strange. Jiu'er was afraid of turtles, but today he met someone who was afraid of monkeys. Thinking of this, Xiao Changtian smiled at Li Feng and said, "Young master, do you know your mistake?" Li Feng's nerves were tense. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, he responded reflexively. "Senior, you can just call me Xiao Feng. I was really blind just now and didn't see Senior there. Senior, please forgive me." Hearing Li Feng's words, Xiao Changtian placed the divine monkey in front of him. "Oh, it's Xiao Feng. I saw that you like to dance and play with guns just now. Why don't you play with my little monkey?" Squeak, squeak, squeak. Cooperating with Xiao Changtian, the divine monkey also moved its body towards Li Feng. Seeing Xiao Changtian and the divine monkey's expressions, Li Feng wanted to cry but had no tears. "Senior, please spare me. I'm willing to compensate you. I have spiritual qi, a lot of it." At this moment, Li Feng hurriedly took out the bag of spirit stones from his interspatial ring. Seeing the bag of spirit stones in Li Feng's hand, Xiao Changtian sighed. These rich kids were usually too arrogant. Fortunately, he met someone who was afraid of monkeys this time. If not for Monkey, he would probably be in trouble today. No, he had to train him well. With this thought in mind, Xiao Changtian said to Li Feng, "Do you know how to get to the Black Sky Mine?" Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Li Feng's eyes lit up. "Senior, you want to go to the Black Sky Mine, right? That Black Sky, madame, belongs to my family. I'm familiar with it, so I'll bring you there. There are all kinds of ores there. You can take whatever you want." At this moment, Li Feng seemed to have grabbed onto a life-saving straw. He hoped that this senior would let him off for the sake of the Black Sky Mine. Hearing Li Feng's words, Xiao Changtian was delighted. He did not expect this kid to be the young master of the Black Sky Mine. In that case, he could save a lot of trouble. Then he slowly said to Yi Fan behind him, "Yi Fan, then let's follow Xiao Feng to his family's mine to take a look." When Yi Fan heard Xiao Changshan's words, he also nodded at him. Seeing Xiao Changtian willing to let him go, Li Feng felt relieved. Fortunately, there was a mine at home. Otherwise, he would have died here today. With this thought in mind, Li Feng quickly brought Xiao Changtian to the front of his horse. He led his horse and said to Xiao Chang'an, "Senior, please. And this senior, you too." As Yi Fan and Xiao Changtian mounted their horses one after another, two more servants appeared below the stage. "Young master, what about us? You guys, what you guys? Don't you know what you've done? It's your honor that senior is using your horses." At this moment, Li Feng shouted at the two servants. After Xiao Changtian heard his words, he slowly said, "Xiao Feng, didn't I use your horse?" Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Li Feng quickly shut his mouth. He looked at Xiao Changtan and said slowly, "Senior, you are indeed using my horse. Don't worry, your horse is definitely the best here." At this moment, Li Feng patted his chest and said to Xiao Changtian, "Since you've given me your horse, are you going to walk over?" Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Li Feng was also stunned. Then she saw Xiao Changshan's eyes and smiled at him, "Senior, you're right. My horse has been requisitioned by you, so I'll lead it over for you." Xiao Changtian nodded in satisfaction. It seemed that this kid was quite clever, but he lacked polishing. Under Li Feng's resentful gaze, the servant also mounted his horse. After a while, under Li Feng's lead, Xiao Changtian and Yi Fan also arrived at the Black Sky Mine. When he reached the entrance of the mine, Li Feng was also panting. He quickly leaned against a pillar to rest. He originally thought that by helping Xiao Changtian lead the horse, he would only need to expend a little more primeval essence to reach the Black Sky Mine faster. He didn't expect that his true Pri was useless. Xiao Changtian sat on the horse. No matter what he did, he added true essence to the horse. The horse was no different from the horses of mortals. This journey had exhausted Li Feng. When they arrived at the entrance of the Black Sky Mine, a few guards of the Li family guarding the door saw Li Feng panting. She quickly walked over and greeted him. "Young Master Li Feng, what is wrong with you?" As he spoke, a Li family guard also took out his water bottle in a flattering manner. "Young Master Li Feng, drink some water." Then another guard also noticed Xiao Changtian on Li Feng's horse and shouted at him, "Who are you? How dare you sit on young Master Li Feng's horse? Don't worry, young master. I'll help you teach him a lesson." As soon as he finished speaking, the guard raised the spear in his hand and was about to attack Xiao Changtian. At this moment, Li Feng, who had just taken a sip of water, heard this. He also spat his saliva on the face of the guard beside him. At the same time, he threw the water bottle in his hand at another guard. Chapter 647. Mortal is Awesome, 1, B0XN0 Veal. CM Barbaric Heaven, Black Sky Mine's entrance. Li Feng threw the water bottle in his hand to the back of the guard's head. "Aya, who is it?" At this moment, the guard with the spear turned around and said slowly, "What are you mumbling about?" At this moment, Li Feng also came to the guard's side and kicked him. Then he looked at Xiao Changtian on the horse and said slowly, "Senior, this subordinate is insensible. Please forgive him." Xiao Changtian shook his head when he heard Li Feng's words and looked at the guards on the ground. He slowly climbed down from the horse. He seemed to understand why Li Feng, this young master, had become so arrogant and despotic. It turned out that his surroundings had always been like this. As he thought about this, Xiao Changtian slowly said to Li Feng, "It's fine. Bring me in to take a look." At this time it was more important for him to find the black ice crystal first. It was better for him to keep a low profile when he came to other people's territory. If the other party's father came and saw him teaching his son a lesson like this, he would definitely not be able to do it. They probably wouldn't let him in. After all, his father might not be afraid of monkeys. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Li Feng brought him inside. "Senior, please come in." Then, under Li Feng's lead, Xiao Changtian and Yi Fan also entered the Black Sky Mine. In the mine, workers were pushing a two-wheeled cart and walking around the mountain. When the workers saw how respectful Li Feng was to Xiao Changtian, they began to whisper among themselves. "Who is this? Why haven't I seen him before? Who knows? However, what kind of good person can follow Li Feng? He's probably here to oppress us again. Sai, who asked us to have low statuses and no cultivation." At this moment the workers started to worry. Hearing the conversation between the workers, a young female voice sounded in the crowd. "Everyone, don't be afraid of him. He's just a mortal." His tender voice echoed throughout the entire mine. Then the entire mine fell silent for a few seconds. The workers looked at the woman in blue in the crowd and were a little impressed and surprised. In this place, anyone who dared to say such a thing had to be admired. After all, the last time he said that, he had already been caught and fed to the dogs. Xiao Changtian saw the blue-robed woman pointing at him and he panicked. "It's over, it's over. Could it be some immortal cultivator?" It was normal for a wealthy family like theirs to hire a few cultivators. It seemed that they were going to make a move on him. Li Feng heard the voice of the woman in blue and saw Xiao Changshan's expression change. "It's over, it's over. Could this senior be angry? These damned workers, why are they spouting nonsense here?" As the saying goes, one more time, two more, no more three. The senior had already let him off for the disrespect he had shown to the senior at the small path and the entrance. Right now, senior was going to kill him here. "Ancestor, I'm still young. I want to see you. I don't want to die." Thinking of this, Li Feng still wanted to save himself. He said slowly to Xiao Changtian, "Senior, I'll go and deal with that person now." Hearing Li Feng's words, Xiao Changtian also said to him, "Xiao Fengzi, there's no need." "She's right. I'm just a mortal." "How is it? Is there a problem?" Just now, this Xiao Fengzi must have wanted to make up an excuse to slip away. It was not like he would do anything to take hostages. Since things had already come to this, he would leave it to fate. It wasn't like he hadn't seen immortal cultivators before. Li Feng didn't expect Xiao Changtian to say that. He was stunned. Could it be that Senior likes others to call him mortal? Thinking of this, Li Feng did not make a decision. However, there was one thing that was always right, and that was to kneel and lick his boots. In this way his life could still be saved. Yes, Senior, you are just a mortal. Mortals are awesome. Everyone present did not understand what had happened when they saw Li Feng's reaction. However, they also knew that one of them was right. That was to kneel and lick Li Feng's boots, so he also shouted along. Yes, Senior is a mortal. A mortal is awesome. Mortals are awesome. For a moment, the mine was filled with the slogan of how awesome mortals were. Seeing the reaction of Li Feng and the workers in the mine, Xiao Changtian took a while to react. So this mine was so welcoming to mortals. Since that was the case, why would he and little Feng waste time bringing him along? As he thought about this, Xiao Changtian slowly said to Li Feng, Xiao Fengzi, if there's nothing else, you can go and do your own things. Yi Fan and I will be fine. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Li Feng was also excited. Senior, are you planning to let me off? As he was very excited, Li Feng raised his hands again and shouted, Mortals are awesome. Seeing how the mine treated mortals so warmly, Xiao Changtian felt more at ease. Alright, Xiao Fengzi, you can go back to your work. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Li Feng immediately ran to the side. After leaning against the wall, Li Feng looked at Xiao Changtian. *CK, his life was finally saved. Mortals are awesome. With this thought in mind, Li Feng leaned against the wall and sat down. After Li Feng left, Xiao Changtian also brought Yi Fan to the side of the mine. At the same time, the blue-clothed woman in the group of workers looked at Xiao Changtian and Yi Fan. He placed his hand on the corner of his mouth and slowly said, This person is interesting. At the same time, Elder Tu's figure slowly appeared in a corner of the mine. Looking at Xiao Changtian, who was walking around the mine, his eyes lit up. After Li Feng left the Li family hall, he had been following him in secret. However, because of the divine monkey, he did not dare to attack casually. After seeing that Li Feng's life was not in danger, Elder Tu also rushed toward the Li family's hall. This matter was too big for him to handle. He had to tell the family head. On the other side, Xiao Changtian also came to a cave. Looking at this cave, Xiao Changtian was also delighted. This cave should be the ancient cave that stored the black ice crystals described in the book. Thinking so in his heart, Xiao Changtian also wanted to bring Yi Fan into the cave. At this moment, the tender voice sounded again. Don't enter this place casually. Chapter 648:1 Wonder if Master Li can make it convenient. B0xn0VL. Scene 1. Barbaric Heaven, Black Sky Mine. The woman's tender voice slowly sounded in the air. Xiao Changtian and Yi Fan also looked behind them. They saw a tall woman in blue standing behind them. Wasn't this the blue-clothed girl who had just said that she was a mortal? Speaking of which, he still had to thank her. If it wasn't for this blue-clothed girl, he wouldn't have known that this mine welcomed mortals so much. With this thought in mind, Xiao Changtian waved his hand at the woman in blue. It's the blue-clothed girl, what's the matter? Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, the blue-clothed woman slowly walked towards Xiao Changtian. My name is Guiyurong. Do you want to enter the Montenegro Forbidden Zone? Montenegro Forbidden Region? Xiao Changtian didn't react to Guiyurong's words. That's right, the cave in front of you is the Montenegro's Forbidden Zone. Don't tell me you don't even know this? Guiyurong came to Xiao Changshan's side and pointed at the cave in front of her. Xiao Changtian smiled at Guiyurong when he heard her words. Miss Yurong, I just want to go in and look for the black ice crystals. Black ice crystal? I didn't expect you to know about this. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Guiyurong was obviously a little surprised, but she quickly adjusted herself. Don't even think about the black ice crystals. With your strength, you're courting death. Moreover, this place is a forbidden area of the Li family. It's impossible for you to enter. Hearing Guiyurong's words, Yi Fan, who was beside Xiao Changtian, also took a step forward. Miss, what do you mean? There's no place in this world that Master can't go. Seeing Yi Fan's angry face, Guiyurong rolled her eyes at him. This pair of master and disciple is quite interesting. I'm just reminding you out of goodwill. Hearing Guiyurong's words, Yi Fan still wanted to say something. Xiao Changtian shook his head at Yi Fan. Miss Guiyurong was right. Since this cave could be called a restricted area, it was impossible for them to enter. The danger level inside should not be low. It seemed that he had to find Xiao Fengzi first to understand. Thinking of this, Xiao Changtian also said to Yi Fan, let's go and talk to little Feng. Hearing Xiao Changtian's words, Yi Fan also nodded at him. Then the master and disciple walked to the other side. After Xiao Changtian and Yi Fan left, Gui Yurong watched them leave. He muttered to himself, "There must be something fishy about the Li family agreeing to let you in. Also, the evil energy inside is really troublesome." As she said that, Gui Yurong's face revealed a trace of worry. At the same time, in the hall of the Li family. "What? You said that Feng Er offended an immortal emperor." In the hall, Li Keiwan's voice was filled with anger after hearing Elder Tu's report. This son of his was too troublesome. At this moment, Li Chaoyuan was also pacing back and forth in the hall. At this critical juncture, Li Feng actually caused such a thing. As he thought about this, Li Keiwan's mouth did not remain idle. "You said that this kid was provoking people. You even provoked such a strong person into my life. Those with cultivation above the imperial immortal realm were creation immortals. That was an existence on the same level as the ancestor. If the old ancestor came back and found out that they had brought such an expert to the clan, Li Feng would probably be slapped to death." With this thought in mind, Li Chaoyuan said to Elder Tu, "That senior is still at the Black Sky Mine, right? Come, let's go over there." At this moment, Li Chaoyuan was also thinking about how to appease Xiao Changtian. Other than that, there was no other way. Hearing Li Keiwan's words, Old Tu also slowly said to him, "Master, you don't have to worry so much. After all, young Master Li Feng. Don't worry. Do you think Li Feng can make me feel at ease? Let's hurry over." As he spoke, Li Chaoyuan also walked out of the hall. "Oh, right. Bring me the family's treasures." To obtain the forgiveness of an expert at the level of the creation immortal. How could he not learn something? Soon, Li Chaoyuan and Old Tu arrived at the Black Sky Mine. After entering the Black Sky Mine, Li Chaoyuan quickly found Li Feng, who was chatting with Xiao Changtian. "Elder Tu, is that person?" At this moment, Li Chaoyuan said slowly to Elder Tu beside him. Elder Tu saw where Li Chaoyuan was pointing and nodded at him. After receiving Elder Tu's confirmation, Li Chaoyuan hurriedly tidied up his clothes. He walked towards Xiao Changtian and Li Feng. This senior did not reveal any aura at all. He was indeed terrifying. Fortunately, he had rushed over at the first moment. Otherwise, the consequences would be unimaginable. "Senior, I still need to ask my father for his opinion on the Montenegro Forbidden Region." At this moment, Li Feng said to Xiao Changtian. When Xiao Changtian was looking for him, he didn't expect Xiao Changtian to be interested in the Black Montenegro Forbidden Region. He did not have the right to decide in this place. Hearing Li Feng's words, Xiao Changtian nodded at him, expressing his understanding. At the same time, a voice sounded in their ears. "Feng Er, who are you talking to?" Then Li Chaoyuan pretended to see Xiao Changtian and said, Why did Feng Er bring such a distinguished guest to my Li family?" "I'm the Li family's patriarch, Li Chaoyuan. I didn't know that senior was here and didn't welcome you." Seeing Li Keiwan's enthusiasm, Xiao Changtian also scratched the back of his head. "Patriarch Li, I'm just a mortal. There's no need to do this." Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Li Chaoyuan was also stunned. At this moment, Li Feng hurriedly transmitted his voice to Li Chaoyuan. "Father, this senior likes others to call him senior." Hearing Li Feng's words, Li Chaoyuan immediately reacted. He said slowly to Xiao Chang'an, "Mortals are good. Mortals are awesome." Seeing Li Keiwan's smile, Xiao Changtian also smiled back. It seemed that although the Li family's upbringing was not very good, they were very enthusiastic towards mortals. From the looks of it, this family wasn't completely useless. With this thought in mind, Xiao Changtian went straight to the point and said, "Patriarch Li, then I'll just say it directly. The main reason I came here this time is to enter the Montenegro Forbidden Zone of the nobles. I wonder if Patriarch Li can make it convenient." Chapter 649. This senior is actually an evil race undercover? _IB0XN0VL. CM Barbaric Heaven, Black Sky Mine. After hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Li Keiwan's body froze. He had brought many treasures from his family, but he didn't expect Xiao Changtian to want to enter the Montenegro Forbidden Zone. The Montenegro Forbidden Region was a place that the ancestor had forbidden his clansmen from entering. He did not know what was inside. "Patriarch Li, if it's not convenient, then well, leave first." At this moment, Xiao Changtian sighed and said to Li Chaoyuan. After all, this was their ancestral land. If he was unwilling, he could only try his luck elsewhere. At this moment, Gui Yurong, who was eavesdropping in the corner, also smiled. Did this guy really think that the Li clan would let him enter the Montenegro Forbidden Zone? Then Li Keiwan's voice was heard again. Wait, since Senior has said so, then my Li family will make an exception for Senior. If Senior wants to enter the Montenegro Forbidden Region, feel free. Li Chaoyuan said to Xiao Changtian. The ancestral order of the Montenegro Forbidden Zone only said that clansmen were not allowed to enter. It didn't say that outsiders couldn't enter. And seeing Senior sigh, if he were to be roped in by his enemies after leaving, then wouldn't he have brought a great enemy to the Li family? Hearing Li Keiwan's words, Xiao Changtian was overjoyed. He thought that there was no hope, but he did not expect the Li family to be so understanding. Thank you, Master Li. At this moment, Xiao Changtian smiled at Li Chaoyuan and said, seeing Xiao Changshan's smile, Li Chaoyuan was delighted. Fortunately, he had personally rushed over. It seemed that this senior's anger should have dissipated. Then Li Chaoyuan told Xiao Changtian about his understanding of the Montenegro Forbidden Zone. Patriarch Li, then Yi Fan and I will go over first. Xiao Changtian and Li Chaoyuan had a simple conversation. He also knew that the Li family members could not enter the Montenegro Forbidden Zone. Hence, they did not know much about the Montenegro Forbidden Zone. It was better for him to go in and explore slowly. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Li Chaoyuan smiled and said, then Chaoyuan wishes Senior a safe journey. As soon as he finished speaking, Li Chaoyuan continued to speak to Li Feng beside him. Feng bring Senior to the entrance of the Montenegro Forbidden Region. Hearing Li Keiwan's words, Li Feng hurriedly walked up to Xiao Changtian. Senior, please follow me. Then under Li Keiwan's gaze, Li Feng brought Xiao Changtian and Yi Fan to the Montenegro Forbidden Region. At the same time, Gui Yurong, who was in the corner, was also looking at Li Feng and Xiao Changtian. His eyes were filled with disbelief. What had the Li family gone through in the past few days? It was already very abnormal for him to be respectful to a mortal. Now, even their own clansmen had never entered the ancestral land before, but they had to let outsiders get there first. At this moment, Gui Yurong's head was also filled with question marks. Could it be that he had never seen through those two mortals? With that thought in mind, Gui Yurong hurried towards the Montenegro Forbidden Zone. He could not let these two people ruin his plans. After Li Feng took Xiao Changtian away, Elder Tu came to Li Keiwan's side. Patriarch, there's news from the other side of the family. The ancestor has new instructions. Oh, what instructions does the ancestor have? Quickly tell me. Hearing Elder Tu's words, Li Chaoyuan was delighted. When the old ancestor returned this time, if he saw that his lineage had befriended such a creation immortal, he would be able to kill him. Who knows what kind of reward he would give his bloodline. At that time, perhaps his realm, which had been sealed for many years, would be loosened again. As he thought about this, Li Chaoyuan saw Elder Tu pass him a jade pendant. Patriarch, please read it. Li Chaoyuan took the jade pendant from Tu Lao and injected a trace of true essence into it. As the information in the jade pendant slowly appeared in his mind. Bang! The jade pendant in Li Keiwan's hand fell to the ground and shattered. Seeing this sudden change, Old Tu also said to Li Chaoyuan, Patriarch, what's wrong? Old Tu, didn't you say that the person brought a divine monkey with him? When Old Tu heard Li Keiwan's question, he was stunned for a moment and said directly, yeah, what's the matter? Patriarch. It's over, it's over. Hearing Elder Tu's words, Li Chaoyuan said with a trembling voice. Just now the old ancestor sent news that that person seems to be an evil race spy. The ancestor appeared this time to deal with him. What? Hearing Li Keiwan's words, Elder Tu did not react for a moment. This senior was actually an evil race spy? Or was it the target of the old ancestor? In that case, what were they doing just now? Protect the spies of the evil race? If that was the case, if the heavens knew about it, their Li family would not be facing a disaster but a calamity. With this thought in mind, Elder Tu was also a little flustered. He slowly said to Li Chaoyuan, Patriarch, what should we do next? Hearing Elder Tu's words, Li Chaoyuan also pointed in the direction of the Montenegro Forbidden District. Quick, bring the elites of the clan and stop that person before he enters the Montenegro Forbidden Zone. Yes, Patriarch. Hearing Li Keiwan's words, Elder Tu waved his hand behind him. The group of cultivators followed Li Chaoyuan and Elder Tu to the Montenegro Forbidden Region. At this moment, in front of the Montenegro Forbidden Region, Xiao Changtian said to Li Feng, Xiao Fengzi, let's just leave it here. We'll just go in. Li Feng nodded at Xiao Changtian. Then Senior, I'll be leaving first. Xiao Changtian waved his hand at Li Feng. Then he brought Yi Fan into the Montenegro Forbidden Zone. Seeing Xiao Changtian and Yi Fan enter Montenegro Forbidden Region, Li Feng also returned to his original position. Soon he saw his father and Elder Tuesday. Seeing his father and the others holding celestial artifacts, Li Feng said to them, "Father, what happened?" Li Chaoyuan saw Li Feng below and hurried over. "Feng where is that guy now?" Hearing Li Keiwan's anxious voice, Li Feng quickly responded. "Father, you mean Senior, right? I just brought him into the Montenegro Forbidden Zone." Bang. As soon as Li Feng finished speaking, the celestial artifact in Li Keiwan's hand fell to the ground. It was over. The Li family was finished. With this thought in mind, his body was about to fall backward. Father, what's wrong?" Seeing Li Keiwan's expression, Li Feng hurriedly walked over to support him and said slowly to him, "You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure."